Business skills that make millions. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me carefully. Wealth is not an accident. It is a skill set. Poverty is not a punishment. It is often a lack of skill application. The difference between the person who struggles and the one who prospers is not intelligence. It's the ability to master the right business skills that create unstoppable results. If you want to move from just making a living to making millions, you must understand the skills that multiply money instead of just earning it. Keynote 1, the skill of selling value. Not time. Most people are taught to sell their time. But the truth is your time will always run out and your income will always be capped if that's all you sell. $1 million earners don't sell time. They sell value. When you learn how to package your knowledge, your expertise, your solutions, and deliver them in a way that solves problems, you stop trading hours for dollars and start trading value for wealth. The marketplace doesn't pay you what you're worth. It pays you what you can negotiate, communicate, and demonstrate. Keynote 2, the skill of leveraging systems of money flows to systems. The wealthy don't just work hard. They build systems that work hard for them. A system is anything that allows you to produce results without requiring your constant presence. Think about it. McDonald's is not the best burger in the world, but it is one of the best systems in the world. That's why it multiplies. If you want millions, you can't just be a hustler. You must be a builder of systems so your money, your business, and your impact can multiply even while you sleep. Keynote 30, the skill of communication. Influence. Every dollar you've ever earned came through one thing, communication. If you can't persuade, you can't prosper. Influence is the currency of wealth. The people who make millions are not necessarily the smartest, but they are the best at communicating ideas, casting vision, and inspiring action. Your ability to sell, to teach, to speak, to write, to market, these are all communication skills that turn ideas into income. When you master influence, you master income. Conclusion, the path to millions is not hidden. It is not reserved for a select few. It is the reward for mastering specific skills, selling value, building systems, and mastering communication. When you invest in skills that multiply, you move from laboring for pennies to creating empires for generations. Don't settle for survival. Develop the skills that produce overflow. Because the truth is this, wealth is not in the job you work, it's in the skills you master. Would you like me to also make this into a timestamp speech outline, a 10, 12 minutes delivery style, the way you've been asking for in your YouTube uploads? Most people are conditioned from childhood to believe that the only way to make money is to give their time in exchange for a pay cut. They're told, go to school, get good grades, find a safe job, and work hard. And so generation after generation, people trade their hours for dollars, believing that the harder they work, the richer they will become. But let me tell you something powerful. You can never work hard enough to make millions if all you are doing is selling your time. Time is a limited resource. No matter how strong you are, no matter how disciplined you are, no matter how much you love to hustle, at the end of the day, every one of us has only 24 hours. If your income depends entirely on those 24 hours, you have already placed a ceiling on your earning potential. The wealthy understand something different. They don't sell time, they sell value. And that is why their income is unlimited. Value multiplies in a way that time never can. You cannot duplicate yourself to work 1,000 hours in a day, but you can create something of value that is purchased 1,000 times in a day. That is the difference between a person who struggles financially and a person who builds wealth. Think about it this way. Imagine a person who works at a job earning $20 an hour. They are diligent, they show up on time, they work hard, and at the end of the week, they've exchanged 40 hours for $800. But then imagine another person who writes a book, creates a course, or develops a product that solves a real problem. That one product, that one idea, that one solution can be sold over and over again without requiring any additional hours of their day. The first person sells time, the second person sells value, one will always be capped. The other has the potential to multiply infinitely. And here's the truth you must understand. The marketplace doesn't pay you for your effort. It pays you for your impact. People don't care how many hours you worked on something. They care about how much it helps them. That's why some people work 60 hours a week and barely get by, while others work strategically and earn in a day what most people earn in a month. It's not the sweat, it's the value. So how do you sell value instead of time? You learn to package what you know, what you can do, and the problems you can solve in a way that others can access without requiring more of your hours. Your knowledge is valuable, your experience is valuable, your skill set is valuable, but only if you know how to turn it into something that people can buy. That's where the power comes in. For example, a consultant who charges by the hour is still selling time, but a consultant who creates a program, a workshop, or a framework that clients can purchase and use over and over again is selling value. A fitness trainer who charges for sessions is selling time. But a fitness trainer who builds an online program, writes a nutrition guide, or creates a membership community is selling value. The difference is massive. One person will always be tired, hustling, and limited. The other can be free, scaling, and unlimited. And here's the part most people miss. The marketplace does not pay you what you're worth. It pays you what you communicate, negotiate, and demonstrate. You might have knowledge that could change someone's life, but if you don't know how to communicate that knowledge in a way that others see the value, you won't get paid. If you can't negotiate your worth, you'll always be undervalued. If you can't demonstrate results, people won't believe you. This is why mastering the skill of selling value is not just about creating something. It's about learning how to position it, present it, and deliver it so that people are willing to invest in it. If you can do that, you unlock a flow of income that doesn't require you to be present every single second. The shift from selling time to selling value is the shift from working for money to letting money work for you. When you sell value, you create assets, books, programs, products, services, systems that keep producing income whether you are awake or asleep. That is how wealth is built. That is how financial freedom is created. So my challenge to you today is this: Stop thinking about what you can earn in an hour and start thinking about what you can create in a lifetime. Stop limiting yourself to wages and start multiplying yourself through value. Because the truth is, time will run out. But value, true value, can outlive you, outgrow you, and outproduce anything you could ever earn in a paycheck. That's why the wealthy focus on value, not hours. And if you want to step into the realm of millions, you must learn to do the same. Money doesn't just flow to hard work, money flows to systems. This is one of the greatest secrets of wealth that most people never discover. People believe if they hustle harder, if they put in longer hours, if they grind day and night, eventually they will get rich. But the truth is, you cannot hustle your way to millions. You must systemize your way to millions. Hustle will create exhaustion. Systems will create expansion. A system is anything that allows you to produce results without requiring your constant presence. It is a structure, a process, or a framework that multiplies your effort beyond what you can do with your own two hands. Systems allow you to step out while the work continues. Systems allow your business to function, your income to flow, and your impact to expand even while you sleep. Without systems, you will always be chained to your work. With systems, your work will serve you. Let me give you a clear picture. Think about McDonald's. Nobody in the world says McDonald's has the best burger. In fact, if you ask people where to get the best burger, they'll name a gourmet restaurant, a local diner, or even their backyard grill. Yet McDonald's is the most successful burger business on the planet. Why? Because it's not built on the quality of the burger, it's built on the quality of the system. They created a system where every burger in every city, in every nation is made the same way. They built a system that allows a teenager with no experience to step behind the counter and still run $1 billion process. McDonald's is not the best burger in the world. It's the best burger system in the world. And systems scale. That is why it multiplies. Now bring that lesson to your own business, your own career, your own finances. If you're the only one producing results, then you don't have a business. You have a job that you created for yourself. A true business is not dependent on your constant effort. It's dependent on the systems you put in place. Systems create duplication. Systems create consistency. Systems create freedom. Here's why this matters. If you want to make hundreds of thousands, you can do it with hustle. But if you want to make millions, you must have systems. No one has built generational wealth on hustle alone, because hustle dies with the hustler. But a system lives on even after you are gone. That's why wealthy people focus on building systems, business systems, financial systems, marketing systems, sales systems, because once a system is created, it continues to produce long after the work of building it is done. Let's take another example. An author who self-publishes a book has created a system. They put in the work once, writing the book, editing, publishing, and then that book can be sold to thousands, even millions of readers over the years. The book becomes a system of multiplication. The same is true for an online course, a franchise model, a software program, or even a sales funnel. These are systems that work tirelessly, producing results day after day without demanding more of your hours. When you build systems, you multiply yourself. You may not be able to work 24 hours a day, but your system can. You may not be able to reach thousands of people in a week, but your system can. You may not be able to sell your product to someone while you are on vacation, but your system can. That is the beauty of leverage. And leverage always comes through systems. So many entrepreneurs burn out because they are trying to do everything themselves. They want to control every part of their business, so they never build systems. But the wealthiest entrepreneurs know that the true path to freedom is not control. It is systems. They hire, they automate, they delegate, they document, and they design processes so that their business is not dependent on them showing up every day. And that's why their business grows while others stall. Understand this: a system does not replace hard work. It multiplies hard work. You must put in effort to build it, but once it's built, it produces results far beyond what your individual effort could ever achieve. It's like a farmer planting seeds. The planting is hard work. The watering is hard work. But once the system of nature takes over, those seeds multiply into a harvest that the farmer could never have produced by hand. In the same way, when you create systems in your business, you plant seeds of scalability. If you want millions, stop asking, how can I hustle harder? And start asking, what system can I build that multiplies my effort? Because systems are the difference between survival and scale, between striving and thriving, between just making money and making millions. Hustle may get you started, but system will take you to sustainability, scalability, and significance. So I'll leave you with this: do not just be a hustler, be a builder of systems. Because systems are the bridges that carry you from effort to overflow, from business to business, from income to impact. And when you master the skill of leveraging systems, you step into the realm where wealth no longer requires